April 19th City Council meeting is called to order. We have our invocation by Pastor Gregory Stanley, Victory Tabernacle Church of God in Christ, followed by our Pledge of Allegiance by Councilor Valerie Abbott from District 3. Please stand.
Man, good morning. We bow heads and humble hearts. Precious and eternal Father, Lord, we thank you this morning. We give you praise and glory and honor. And God, we invoke your presence in this place. We first come to you saying thank you for the many blessings that you have bestowed upon us, how you have given us new mercies this morning. We give you praise for that. And Lord, as this city council would come today, we ask that you would share your wisdom with them, guide them, direct them, lead them in all wisdom and knowledge, and give them to do what's best for the citizens of the city of Birmingham. And Lord, now we thank you, we praise you and glorify you. In the matchless name of Jesus, we pray. Thank God and amen.
Amen. Please salute the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call the rolls, clerk.
Councilmember Abbott.
Present.
Councilmember Hoyt.
Present.
Councilmember Lundy. Councilmember Parker. Good morning. President Pro Tem Roberson.
Present.
Councilmember Rafferty. Councilmember Scales. Good morning. Good morning. Councilmember Tyson. President Austin.
Present. Good morning, Mr. Clerk.
Good morning.
Do we have, there are minutes not ready from February 9th through April the 12th. Do we have any nominations of boards and agencies?
Mr. No, sir.
All right, let's go with the consideration of consent agenda.
Consent agenda starts on page 2. We have item 3 on consent. And on page 3, we added item 5 to the consent agenda. Page 4, item 6 was added, and items 7, 8, 9, and 10 are on consent. Page 5, items 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 are on consent. Page 6, items 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 are on consent. Page 7, items 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26 are on consent. Page 8, items 27 and 28 are on consent, and items 29 and 30 were added. On item 29, the name should be James, not John, should be James instead of John. Page 9, items 31 and 32, as well as item 33, were added to the consent agenda. Page 10, items 34, 35, and 36 were added to the consent agenda. Page 11, items 37 and 38 were added to the consent agenda, and item 39 is on consent. Page 12, items 40, 41, and 42 are on the consent agenda. Page 13, items 43, 44, 45, and 46 are on consent. Page 14, items 47, 48, 49, and 50 are on consent. Please note on item number 50, the wording at the end should be lowest bid submitted meeting specifications. That's on item 50, lowest bid submitted meeting specifications. Page 15, item 51 is on consent, and on page 16, items 53, 54, and 55 were added to the consent agenda. That concludes the consent agenda.
All right, are there any members of the council wish to add or remove an item from the consent agenda?
Mr. President, I move approval.
Second.
Are there any members of the public that's moved? Abbott, Roberson. Are there any members of the public who wish to speak to an item that has been placed on the consent agenda and marked as a public hearing? You may now approach the podium. Any members of the public who wish to speak to an item that has been placed on the consent agenda and marked as a public hearing? You may now approach the podium. We're ready to vote, Mr. Clerk.
Okay. Voting should be open. Okay, I think that vote should be up, Mr. President.
That item passes. Next item, number 1.
Item 1. All right. Let's see, item 1. An ordinance to further amend the zoning district map of City of Birmingham, case number ZAC 2016-1, to change zone district boundaries from R3 Single Family District to B1 Neighborhood Business District, filed by James Parsons, representing the owner of Birmingham Waterworks, for the property located at 2100 26th Avenue South, situated in the northeast quarter of Section 7, Township 18 South, 2 West, in the hearing of all interested parties.
Mr. President, I'd like to move the item.
Second.
Roberson, Abbott. Counselor Abbott?
Yes, Mr. Gambrell, would you read our case, please?
Sure thing. This is case ZAC 2016-1 in Redmont Park, and it is a request to rezone subject property from R3 Single Family Residential to B1 Neighborhood Business District to allow the use of overflow parking for Service First headquarters. The subject 1.6 acre property is located at 2100 26th Avenue South in the Redmont Park neighborhood. North and east of the subject property are mainly businesses, all of which are Zone B2, General Business District. West of the subject property is zoned R6, Multi-Dwelling District, while south of the subject property is located in the city of Homewood. The applicant is proposing a surface parking lot on this property located within the city, and the applicant's proposal complies with the B1 zoning district regulations for parking. The city's long-range land use plan identifies the property for general commercial, and therefore the proposed rezoning is consistent with the plan. The Redmont Park neighborhood met at its regular scheduled meeting on January 26, 2016 to review the proposed project. The Redmont Park neighborhood voted to approve the proposed project with a vote of 11-0 to approve. The neighborhood did request queue conditions be placed on the property, and those queue conditions are to limit those uses in the B1 business district, and the applicant install a landscape buffer between the new property line and the parking lot curb that would prevent a car from being seen from Woodcrest Place. At its regular scheduled meeting on February 2nd, 2016, the Zoning Advisory Committee did not meet for failure of a quorum. And then at its regular scheduled meeting on February 16, 2016, the Zoning Advisory Committee voted to recommend approval of the applicant's request to B1 Neighborhood Business District with the following queue conditions. Uses are limited to those in the B1 district. Applicant install landscape buffer. And then the post-development runoff rate should mimic the pre-development runoff rate based on a 1-year, 25-year, and 100-year 24-hour storm events. The Planning and Zoning Committee of City Council voted to approve this case at its regular scheduled meeting on March 21, 2016. With the same conditions. And that's all.
Thank you, Mr. Gambrell. Is the applicant here? Please come forward and state your name and tell us what you're doing.
David Austin. I'm an architect on the project. Live at 2242 Arlington Avenue in Birmingham. I'm not sure what else you needed.
And tell us about your project. I mean, we've heard the report from the staff. What are you doing?
Rezoning that property for parking for Service First Bank. It's immediately to the south of that site in Homewood.
Okay, so the bank will be in Homewood and the parking will be in Birmingham.
Correct.
Okay. You can have a seat on the front row if you like. This is a public hearing. If there's anyone here who is either for or against this item or simply has questions, please come forward. Seeing no one, are there any members of the council who have questions? Seeing none, I believe we're ready to vote. Mr. Clark.
Voting should be up.
And this is with the queue condition.
With the queue condition.
With the queue condition.
I think that's up. That vote should be up.
That item passes. Next item, Mr. Clerk.
Item 2, an ordinance to further amend the zoning district map of the city of Birmingham, case number ZAC 2016-2, to change zone district boundaries from R7, multiple dwelling district, to B1 neighborhood business district, filed by Stanley Bailey, representing the owner Brook Hills condominiums for property located at 2350 Montevallo Road, situated in the southwest quarter of Section 8, Township 18 South, 2 West, in the hearing of all interested parties.
Mr. President, move the item.
Second.
All right, Counselor Abbott?
Yes, Mr. Gambrell, would you read our case, please?
Yes. This is case ZAC 2016-2 in Redmont Park, and it is a request to rezone subject property from R7 Multiple Dwelling District to B1 Neighborhood Business District to allow owner to sell a portion of his land for parking. The subject 3.6 acre property is located at 2350 Montevallo Road in the Redmont Park neighborhood. Property is surrounded by business on all sides except the west, which borders the Brook Hills condominium property, but is not visible from the condominiums. South of the subject property is located in the Mount Brook city limits. For over 20 years, Brook Hills condominium has leased the subject property for parking spaces to the shopping center fronting Cahaba Road in Mountain Brook Village. In 2015, Brook Hills condominium was approached by several business owners in that same location about the opportunity to purchase their leased parking spaces. The Brook Hills board and owners have approved the resurvey and rezone for the property from R7 to B1, and the applicant's proposal complies with B-Run zoning district regulations for proposed use. The city's long-range land use plan identifies as residential medium density, family townhouse, single family. The proposal is not consistent with the plan. The Redmont Park met at its regular scheduled meeting on January 26, 2016 to approve the proposed project. The Redmont Park voted to approve the proposed project 11-0. At its regular scheduled meeting on February 16, 2016, the ZAC voted to approve, to recommend approval of the applicant's request to B1 with the following Q condition, that it only be used for a parking lot. The Planning and Zoning Committee of City Council voted to approve this case at its regular scheduled meeting on March 21, 2016 with the same Q condition.
Thank you, Mr. Gambrell. This is a public hearing. Is the applicant here? Or the representative of the applicants, I guess? Morning. State your name and address and just tell us briefly what you're doing.
My name is Stan Bailey. I'm president of the Brook Hill Condominium Owners Association. 2350 Montevallo Road, Unit 1506. We were approached over a year ago by several of the owners of 10 stores plus the Shell station that faces Cahaba Road, asking that they discontinue the renting of this property, which has been going on evidently since 1996, and that they would like to acquire the property. We had it appraised. We went through the zoning, planning, and subdivision groups to develop a plan, and I guess we're here for final approval. Happy to answer any questions.
Okay, if you'd have a seat on the front row. Is there anyone here who is either for or against this item, or who is here to ask questions? Seeing no one, are there any members of the council who have questions or comments? Hearing none. Mr. Clerk, I believe we're ready to vote.
Okay.
All right.
Councilman Tyson. That vote should be up.
That item passes. Next item.
I think it's 4, I'm sorry. An ordinance creating a formula to set the salary of the Birmingham City Councilors.
You have a mover and a second?
Move the item.
Second.
All right. You have a motion to refer this to Administration Committee? Second. Lundy, Hoyt. Ready to vote, Mr. Clerk.
Mr. President, when will that committee meet?
I think in the next week or so. I don't know for sure. I have to look and see.
Voting should be open. Councilmember Parker, Pro Tem Roberson,
It's generally the last
President Austin.
Wednesday of the month.
All right, that vote should be up.
I mean, last
Fourth
Thursday,
Wednesday.
I'm sorry, last Friday of the month. So, all right, that item has been referred. I'll let you know. Next item,
52. which is on page 15, a resolution approving the following expense accounts. Stephen Hoyt, Counselor, City Council, Washington District, D.C., $2,572.83, March the 15th through the 19th, 2016, to attend National Community Reinvestment Coalition. Courtney Hunter, Committee Assistant, City Council, Montgomery, Alabama, $624.14, March the 15th through the 17th, 2016, to attend legislative sessions. Courtney Hunter, Committee Assistant, City Council, Montgomery, Alabama, $379.18, March the 23rd and the 24th, 2016, to attend legislative sessions. April Odom, Director of Communications, Mayor's Office, Washington, D.C., $1,555.53, March the 21st through the 23rd, 2016, to attend congressional meetings. April Odom, Director of Communications, Mayor's Office, New York City, New York, $2,801.19, March the 27th through the 30th, 2016, to attend United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, and Forward Foundation meetings. William Parker, Counselor, City Council, Washington, D.C., $2,459.07, March the 29th and the 30th, 2016, to attend Environmental Protection Agency and congressional meetings.
We have a move, call of item 62.
60.
Item number 60.
60 or 60?
0.
Okay. A resolution approving the following advance expense accounts. William Parker, Counselor, City Council, Washington, D.C., $1,899.72, April the 27th through the 29th, 2016, to attend Environmental Protection Agency congressional meetings. April Odom, Director of Communications, Office of Public Information, Washington District, Washington, D.C., $1,831.46, April the 26th through the 28th, 2016, to attend meeting with Department of Interior and Council on Environmental Quality.
Second. Parker, Austin. We're ready to vote, Mr. Clerk.
Okay. Parker, Austin. All right, voting should be open now. Pro Tem Roberson. That vote should be up.
Do they have? Hold on. That item passes.
Okay.
Just pass it to me.
Okay, this is about for Melissa Smiley to, I think we guess we need unanimous consent, to attend the meeting at the Department of Interior.
So moved.
Second.
I have it, Mr. Clerk.
It's for.
You declare this one?
Yeah. I
Okay.
did.
All in
Declare.
favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
It's the Assistant City Attorney to meet with some of the Department of Interior lawyers, and this is in reference to the National Park project.
I got it on the table. We have it on the table now. I need the actual vote.
Do we have a motion to, do we have a motion?
So moved.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
That item passes. Next item, Mr. Clerk, should be item 56.
Okay. Item 56, a resolution setting a public hearing May the 31st, 2016, to consider the adoption of a resolution assenting to the vacation of approximately 265.32 square feet of First Avenue South and 18th Street South on behalf of Parkside Residents LLC, City of Birmingham, a municipal corporation, HRT of Alabama Incorporated, KPC Realty LLC, Railroad Square LLC, the Children's Hospital of Alabama Corporate Furnishings Incorporated owners, so that the building encroachments can be eliminated for the Live Birmingham Parkside Development, case number SUB 2016-2.
Move the item.
Second.
Roberson, Abbott.
Okay, voting should be open. Councilmember Hoyt.
That
vote
item
should be-
passes. Next item.
Should be 57. A resolution setting a public hearing May the 31st, 2016, to consider the adoption of a resolution assenting to the vacation of approximately 400 square feet of the block of 221 Alley that runs parallel to and between Second Avenue South and Third Avenue South and perpendicular to and between 27th Street South and 28th Street South on behalf of Davis Properties LLC, Chapel Hill Investments LLC, Providence Properties LLC, and Southside Investment Company LLC, owners so that the owners can consolidate their lots and parking areas, case number SUB 2016-3.
We have a mover and a second.
I move approval.
Abbott, Roberson.
Roberson.
We're ready to vote, Mr. Clerk.
Okay, voting should be open. Councilmember Hoyt. Vote should be up.
That item passes. Next item.
Got 58.
Yep.
An ordinance approving a franchise agreement with Crown Castle NG East LLC, under which the city will grant to Crown Castle the right to install and operate in the city right-of-way a fiber optic based telecommunications networking serving Crown Castle's customers and utilizing microcellular optical conversion equipment for a term of 10 years, renewable up to 3 successive terms of 5 years each. And Crown Castle will pay the city an annual fee of $695 per city-owned site on which the equipment will be installed, plus 5% gross revenue received by Crown Castle for the provision of such services, and further approving an amendment to ordinance number 09-28 and a first amendment to fiber optics franchise between the city of Birmingham and Access Fiber Group Incorporated, a subsidiary of Crown Castle, under which a limitation of the linear feet of fiber optic line allowed by ordinance number 09-28, and the franchise will be removed, authorizing the mayor to execute the agreements. This is first reading, of course.
We have a mover and a second.
I move approval.
Mr. Chairman,
Hold on.
There-
Go ahead,
there's-
Mr. Clerk.
Oh, you
You
got,
have a mover and a second.
no, he's one of the mayor's office wants a 2-week delay on that.
Okay, go ahead. We have a mover and a second.
We got Abbott and
Roberson.
one second, let me put that in.
Good, because I had questions.
Okay, voting should be over for the 2-week delay.
We have a mover. This is an
It's
ordinance.
just
of
before you,
permanent
okay, I'll take the motion. for it.
Operation, and we have to get it before us. It's not before us. We have a mover and a second, Abbott and Roberson.
Move the item.
Second. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? All right. We have a motion to delay it for 2 weeks.
I move for a 2-week delay.
Second.
Abbott, who's the
Roberson.
second? Roberson. Okay, 2 weeks. It keeps popping up here. Okay, 1 second, please. All right, voting should be open for that,
Ain't
2
my
weeks.
voice coming.
Pro Tem Roberson. Councilmember Tyson. That vote should be up for 2 weeks.
That item passes for a 2-week delay. Next item.
Item 59, a
Yes.
resolution relative to the application of Margaret Ann Silverstein for the special events license 140 to be used at Preschool Partners, May 7th, 2016 at 309 Summit Boulevard, Birmingham, and hearing of our parties.
Move the item.
Silverstein.
Abbott, Roberson, Council Hoyt, I'm sorry.
We look
Yes.
alike.
Yeah, we move. I'm ready for the vote. Oh, it's public hearing?
Yeah. This is a public hearing, and members of the public wish to speak for or against this item. All right, we're ready to vote.
All right, voting should be open. Vote should be up.
That item passes. Next item.
Should be speakers or old or new business, mayor's
Mayor's
office.
report.
good morning, Mr. President, members of the council. We've got just a couple items this morning. Birmingham Botanical Gardens, Mr. Fred Spicer is here as the director of that organization to give us an update on the upcoming events. You want to come forward, Fred?
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
It's indeed a pleasure to be here before you today and actually want to do a few things. Thank you. I have with me Dawn Coleman, who's our Education Activities Specialist, and my first order of business today is to thank the City Council and the Mayor's Office for the city's support of Birmingham Botanical Gardens. Our organization, the Friends of Birmingham Botanical Gardens, and the city have been in a partnership for more than 50 years. And when you have a partnership, both partners have to really be in the game, and we're so grateful for the city doing that. I want to thank the city not only for their annual support, but most recently for the bond support that enabled the renovations of a number of restrooms and some of our primary rental areas. And it's really wonderful. You all need to come out and see those improvements, and they're just fantastic. Second order of business is we published our annual report last month. The report contains something really, really, I think, special. We did a different take on it, and what we've got really are testimonials from visitors, patrons, guests, class attendees, children, adults, visitors from out of town, visitors from in town, all about the way that everybody uses our garden, your garden. And I think it's really, really, really a positive thing about Birmingham, and we're really excited about that. Also in the annual report, of course, are all the metrics that you expect an annual report to have. Just a really, really terrific year that we've had. Dawn is going to tell you a little bit about some of our programs. You probably saw this the other Wednesday. Our tree guru, Henry Hughes, on the cover talking about one of our programs, and I brought some of the rarest trees in the world for the City Council. And I should have made sure I had enough of the rarest trees in the world for everyone on the City Council, so I think I may have our representative, Valerie Abbott, help me decide who gets which. We brought plenty of trees, but I only have 7 of the really super rare ones. Plants are crops. Sometimes you think you have 50 and you have 7. So Dawn, let me introduce again Dawn Coleman, who can tell you a little bit about our conservation programs.
Good morning. I just want to thank you all for allowing us to work at the gardens and be there. And one of the main things that we always like to point out is that 97% of all kids who attend a program at the gardens attend for free. And that's because of all that y'all do and all that we do in our partnership to work together. We produce lots of different programs throughout the year, adult and family programs. Right now, we have a lot of series programs that we're doing. One of our series programs is a yoga program that we're doing, and it's for people who have had some type of injury. So we are working with people who've had knee replacements, hip replacements on Wednesdays at 11:30s, at 8:30 and 11:30 on Thursday to come out and work out without having to feel the pain of what if they went to a regular gym and went to that yoga class where that person wouldn't be able to pay that special attention to them. We have an instructor there that can pay special attention to every person. We also have a monthly photography meeting group that meets up every third Sunday, and they just come out because they love taking photographs at the gardens. And as you can tell, a lot of our visitors like to take photos at the gardens as well. Another series that we have going on is our certificate in native plant studies. It's been going on for 3 years now, 4 years, 6 years. Yeah, so it's been going on for 6 years, and the main purpose of that program is to encourage people to learn about the native plants, especially in Alabama. And a part of that program has actually branched off, which is why we have our Centennial Tree Program, because we've been highlighting all the native plants that are here in Alabama, and we want people to learn about them. But we also don't want to limit that to adults. So we started to do a second component of our program for children. Taylor Steele, our volunteer coordinator, has been working on an extension of the Centennial Tree Program that matches the standards of the Common Core or college and career ready standards that have just been set forth, so that we can implement them and have more opportunities for school children to come out and learn about our trees. And we've actually implemented it a little bit in our new middle school field trip called Plants Inside Out. And the students are coming out and they're learning exactly how trees and plants breathe. And they really seem to be interested in it, so we want to continue that momentum and really get them excited about native plants, excited about native trees, and learning about what plants, well, how plants help them and interact with them all throughout their life. And then the second part of our program is not just giving them knowledge, but also encouraging stewardship, because when the students plant these trees and when they learn about these trees, they're learning that they're not planting these trees just for them. They're planting it for their future children, their grandchildren, and the rest of Birmingham.
Thanks, Dawn. Dawn does a great job for us. Councilor Abbott has the trees. She's going to be giving those out. There are three types that we brought. The one that is really, truly one of the rarest trees in the world is called the Boynton's Sand Post Oak. It's only found in Alabama. It lives on dry sandstone ridges at the top of those ridges, typically in fire-maintained habitat. As fire suppression happens, the populations of these trees are sort of going downhill. We've identified and found some populations of these trees actually in some residential areas near the gardens on the top of some ridges. The seed that those Boynton's oaks were grown from came from the Moss Rock Preserve. We also have a plant of scarlet oak, seed from which came from Ruffner Mountain, and seeds of an oak called the Chinkapin oak, which also came from Ruffner Mountain. So we are identifying large trees that are, in some cases, centuries old, and replanting those, raising them from seed, engaging volunteers from the community, and teaching about the importance of our urban forest. And none of these trees are really available in commerce. They're all kind of uncommon and interesting, and they have the potential to live for many human generations. As Dawn said, a real gift for the future. We appreciate the opportunity to speak to you today, and thank you again for your support.
We have a couple of speakers, Mr. Patton. Councilor Abbott.
Yes, I wanted to thank y'all for coming today and giving us these rare trees. And I'm going to poll all the members of the council and make sure that they're going to plant their tree. And otherwise, I'm going to encourage them to donate them to me, because I will keep them alive. And I just, I'm really, I love trees. And I've been a tree nut all my life because my father was a tree planter. And we went around planting trees back when planting trees wasn't cool, and I'm pretty sure it's still not cool.
I was going to say, is it cool yet?
Yeah, we're still waiting.
Okay.
And I'm getting kind of old, so
We can
I'm
make it.
hoping that it'll get cool pretty quick. But we appreciate y'all doing this for us because, most of the time you don't think much about trees. You drive past them or you walk past them, and it's nice because they shade you, and maybe they increase your property value of your home, but you don't think about them a lot. So I'm really excited that we have trees that are rare and that each of us gets to have one to nurse along. Some of these are little babies, so they're going to have to be cared for real carefully. But thank you.
Small trees grow fast.
That's true, if you water them. But
Councilor
thank you.
Tyson.
Dawn is one of I would say babies, but she's not. She's a young lady, and she has been wonderful to the seniors and the children actually in the community. We have 9 gardens in District 6 now, and she started off very young outside with urban ministry in the garden, so she's a blessing to our community also. And I will definitely take one of the trees because I have a spot in the garden, and I know they'll take care of it, and we will plant that one. And Dawn will make sure we take care of it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Councilor.
Yeah, well, I just want you to give the trees away based on the propensity to grow. And having had a certificate in horticulture, I think I do have the propensity to grow a tree and to maintain a tree and any flower and any plant or foliage. So I just want you to know that. Now, are you in college?
No, I'm out of college.
You're out of college? Gee. Yeah. So did you study horticulture, botany?
I didn't. I went to school at UAB for art history, and then
Okay.
George Washington in DC for music and education.
Okay, awesome. Well, it's evident. Your presentation was excellent, and so we appreciate that. But it is a good field. I always think if Jarvis don't let me work down here, that I can go and do a little landscaping and do a
Plant some
little
trees.
irrigation and, various things of that nature, greenhouse management, all encompasses horticulture, and so I got some skills. I just want these fellows and ladies to know that down here. So this is wonderful. I love trees too. I get upset when people cut down trees. They don't know what value the tree has, and so I think Councilor Abbott and I share that. We've shared that for over the years, and so that's right. We tree lovers. Okay.
Oh.
That's right. And matter of fact, she put me on the zoning board of adjustment because my activism in the community with respect to that. So, thank you. So this is great stuff. Thank you all.
I just want to say, before you all leave, that I was just showing Councilor Abbott this morning a plot that I have in the community garden, and I planted some peppers, some Swiss chard, and some tomatoes, 4 different species of tomatoes.
They all dried.
And they are growing, and they're very happy plants. Unfortunately, I don't believe the tree would fit in my little 10-foot plot garden, but
Especially when it gets to be 100 feet tall.
especially, yeah, exactly. It'll take up all of my little community garden I have. So, or my little section in community garden. So, but I'll make sure that we get a good place to plant it because like Councilor Hoyt, while I don't have a certificate in horticulture, I do enjoy being out in the garden, and I certainly would like to believe that I have a green thumb because I can grow vegetables and they're very good. So I'll make sure that this tree finds a good home. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilor Tyson.
I wanted to say this. I know a lot of people that don't have a degree in it that can grow plenty of things. They all ain't trees.
You're right.
Thank you.
I know a lot of people with a degree that don't grow.
Each year, the Department of Planning, Engineering, and Permits floodplain mitigation and disaster mitigation services programs host a Hazard Awareness Week. Amber Gray and Katrina Thomas are here to give us more information and to accept the proclamation on behalf of the city. Please come forward.
Hello, everyone. Hello. I am Amber Gray, and this is Katrina Thomas. We are with the Floodplain Management and Disaster Mitigation Services with Planning, Engineering, and Permitting. And we have All Hazards Week today. Well, it started yesterday, and we had our realtors from the Bar Association come and join us, and we educated them on we educated our realtors, our architects, our surveyors on the opportunity. We gave them the opportunity to learn about the importance of educating their clients and about flood insurance and the need to know information about purchasing a property in a 100-year floodplain. We also educated them on our MAP information service and certified flood insurance determination service. Did you want to? Okay. Even if their property is in a floodplain, if they disagree that if someone feels their property is in a 100 floodplain and they disagree with that, we do offer a service where we can provide them with a certified letter along with a map proving if they're in or out of a floodplain with our floodplain manager's signature and certified stamp. Today we had a table set up downstairs between the hours of 9:30 to 10:30 on the first floor lobby to educate our residents how to prepare, respond, and recover from a disaster. We also provided information for people who actually live in a floodplain, so how to purchase insurance. Tomorrow, Jefferson County EMA will provide a rail car incident course to educate the first responders how to respond if a train derailment ever takes place within the city of Birmingham. Thursday, we have our repetitive loss area analysis, and that's between the hours of 1:30 to 4:30. And we are working on a project. With this project, we will, so FEMA has a lot of properties that actually flood on a regular basis. So with that, we're going to create a project where we take all of the properties that have the similar type of flooding and we educate them on different ways to mitigate and provide information on funding opportunities for the properties. And Friday, we will be available for any of the residents to come up to speak with us about preparing for a disaster.
And the resolution reads, whereas each year the city of Birmingham faces threats of severe weather events such as floods, tornadoes, thunderstorms, and ice storms, of all of which are potentially dangerous to life, health, and properties. And whereas it is essential that effective public education programs concerning severe weather systems or preparedness procedures continue to benefit all the citizens with the goal to reduce the occurrences of death and injuries. And whereas the city of Birmingham, with the assistance of state and federal partners for several years, have maintained a proactive role in mitigating the damaging effects of adverse weather events to our citizens and infrastructure. And whereas the city of Birmingham has designated the week of April 18th through 22nd, 2016 as Birmingham All Hazardous Awareness Week. Now therefore, I, William Anthony Bell, Sr., Mayor of the City of Birmingham, Alabama, emphasizes the importance of preparedness in reducing the damaging effects to the adverse of weather events, and do hereby proclaim the week of April 18, 20 through 22nd, 2016 as Birmingham All Hazardous Awareness Week.
Yes, Ms. Patton, Councilor Abbott.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank you ladies for coming up today, because I think most people don't realize that their homeowner's insurance doesn't cover flooding or water damage. You know, insurance companies are just totally opposed to paying for anything that has to do with water, maybe unless a tree comes through the roof of your house and water gets in that way. So realizing that, it's important to make sure that if you are in a floodplain that you get the floodplain insurance, or you will be toast when the flood comes through your house. And I think that the majority of people don't realize homeowners doesn't cover it. So I appreciate you being here this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Abbott. Councilor Tyson?
Where will you be located? Y'all said it start today?
Well, it started yesterday. It started yesterday, and it goes on to the end of the week. So we have different activities to promote our All Hazards Awareness Week. So today we had a table from the hours of 9:30 to 10:30 in the lobby of the first floor of City Hall. Thursday, it's really targeted to property owners that live in a repetitive loss area and surrounding areas. We have created, I'll say, about 33 maps, 33 areas, and we actually have to go out and we send out surveys to find out why the property owner may have flooding issues, and we'll be working really close with them on Thursday to give them an overview of what to look forward to in the next 3 months.
Do you cover rental property too?
And that's located at the East Inslee Library.
Do it cover rental property, like the insurance?
It can cover rental properties only if for that owner of that rental property.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, so not the actual tenant.
Right, for the owner, okay.
Thank you, Councilor Tyson, and I do want to thank you all also for bringing this presentation to us today. And as we look to the far west in the state of Texas, and Houston, and the flooding that they're dealing with currently, and the loss of lives that have already taken place due to flooding in Houston, this type of preparedness and support of our citizens is greatly appreciated. So I just ask that we keep Mayor Sylvester Turner and the city of Houston in our prayers during this time, and thank you all for what you're doing to educate citizens here in the city of Birmingham.
No
Thank
problem.
you. Thank you, Ms. Pat.
April 21st is designated as Birmingham Read Day. We have Amy Atkins and Better Basics Executive Director, and Leigh Harbour, President of Junior League of Birmingham, here to accept the proclamation. Would you come forward, please?
And the proclamation reads, whereas Birmingham Reads 2016 is a citywide collaboration of reading that is collaborative projects of Better Basics and the Junior League of Birmingham. Birmingham Reads Day will be held April 21st, and the Birmingham Reads Book Drive Challenge will culminate on April 22nd. And whereas Birmingham Reads is an event held each spring when hundreds of volunteers visit students in pre-kindergarten through 5th grade classes in Birmingham City Schools to read to the children. Each class is assigned a volunteer reader, and each student receives a book to take home to start or add to his or her home library. Whereas Birmingham Read has provided more than 100,000 books to children since it began 6 years ago. More than 700 visitors and volunteers, participate in Birmingham Reads each year. The Birmingham Reads Book Drive has collected more than 175,000 books that are demonstrated and distributed into the children through Better Basics literacy program. Now, therefore, I, William Anthony Bell, Sr., Mayor of the City of Birmingham, Alabama, hereby proclaim April 21st, 2016 as Birmingham Reads Day in Birmingham, and encourages all of our citizens to recognize this outstanding organization and salutes its ongoing contributions to the advancement of our city.
Thank you so much to the Mayor's Office and to the City Council for your continued support of what we think is the best day of the entire year. I'm seeing your faces and your names together, and so many of you have been readers in the past, and so many of you will be readers again this year. Just remember, you could be reading to the next President of the United States, the next doctor who finds a cure to some horrible disease. This is a great day. It's about igniting a passion for learning in our city. This is great. This is about the movement in Birmingham. This is about the fabulous work that we are all doing together collectively. So thank you. Thank you for your continued support, and thank you for your support of Better Basics. And my friend Lee Haver here with the Junior League, if it were not for the Junior League's support of this, we would not be able to provide every child in Birmingham City with a book on this day. Lee?
Very briefly. I just wanted to echo the comments made by our partnership at Better Basics, and on behalf of the Junior League of Birmingham, thank you all for recognizing this partnership. Putting books into thousands of children's hands and supporting the efforts of literacy really empowers our community's youth and encourages them to become lifelong learners. So your support and recognition of our efforts is greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Any speakers? Thank you all.
Thank you.
April 22nd, Jack and Jill of American Nations Day of Fitness. Here to give us more information and to accept a proclamation on behalf of the City of Birmingham is representatives from Jack and Jill, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama, A.G. Gasson Boys and Girls Club. Can you come forward, please?
Good morning.
Morning.
It's my distinct privilege to serve as the president of the Birmingham chapter of Jack and Jill of America Incorporated. Jack and Jill is really a mother's organization comprised of mothers that have children from 2 to 19. Our goal is to provide educational, enriching opportunities for our children to help them to develop, but not only for our children, but for the children of the community of Birmingham. And so it's our privilege to be able to partner with A.G. Gaston Boys and Girls Club on Friday, April the 22nd, and provide Fit Family Fun Day. And it also aligns with the initiatives within the city to get us all moving, to help us understand how to eat healthy and to take better care of ourselves. And what better way to do that than to partner with our youth and to provide that solid foundation for them and give them the opportunity to get moving, get fit, and get healthy.
Good morning to the council and the mayor's office. This is a wonderful day to celebrate being fit as families in our community. I think we're all aware of the very, very poor health statistics that we unfortunately have across the city of Birmingham, especially in the southwest quarter. And this is an opportunity for us as the A.G. Gaston Boys and Girls Club to partner with another venerable organization, Jack and Jill, to celebrate health and being healthy together as families. So I certainly invite all of the members of the council and the mayor's team and the mayor himself to join us. I know that all of you are physically fit, and we'll demonstrate how to get that way to all of our young people. So thank you for your support. We look forward to seeing you on April 22nd, and thank you for all you do.
All right, and the proclamation reads, in honor of Jack and Jill of America Incorporated, National Day of Fitness, designated in the month of April to support our commitment to advance the health, nutrition, and fitness of children and families within the community, to tangibly demonstrate our power to make a difference. And whereas Jack and Jill of America Incorporated is a membership organization of mothers with children dedicated to nurturing future African American leaders by strengthening children through leadership development, volunteer service, philanthropic giving, and civic duty. And the Birmingham chapter includes approximately 80 families who work each year to engage children and families in educational, cultural, health, legislative, social, and service activities throughout the community. And whereas the Jack and Jill chapter of the Birmingham chapter of Jack and Jill of America Incorporated will join forces with public, private, and non-private organizations, including the City of Birmingham's Mayor's Healthy Birmingham Task Force, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama, and other leaders to host an impactful day in the community outreach initiative called Birmingham Fit Family Fun. And now, therefore, I, William Anthony Bell Sr., Mayor of the City of Birmingham, Alabama, do hereby proclaim Friday, April 22nd, 2016, that's Birmingham Fit Family Fun Day.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thanks so much. Okay.
Ms. Pat, thank you all, Jack and Jill and representatives that are here today for bringing this presentation to us. I do appreciate the leadership that you are providing for our families throughout the Birmingham community, along in joining and partnering with the A.G. Gaston Boys and Girls Club, which we all think so highly of, and the leadership of Frank Adams. And so I just want to let you all know to enjoy District 7 while everybody's getting fit and having fun with families. I will not be able to be there due to my travels with my daughter with AAU basketball on Friday, and she'll be doing fitness also just in Virginia. But I want to commend you all for your leadership and what you're doing to help support our young people. Thank you, Ms. Patton.
Thank you. One more item. Quiney Carson is here to give us. You had something? I'm sorry.
I just wanted to say, hold on, Frank, and those beautiful ladies you got. Y'all going to do your hugs. Okay. Can you come on back around? James, let them come on, please, without me giving you a directive. Yes, Lordy. Have to say that in City Hall. But I wanted to say, I was listening to your program. I know you may have thought that I wasn't, but I was. And I think that it's a wonderful program. It's much needed, number one. And I think that to every problem, if we find a need and fill it, we'll be doing a whole lot better. And I also always want to say kudos to Frank. Frank, you're doing such a wonderful job to me in regards to everything that you do, but more specifically talking about the A.G. Gaston Boys and Girls Club. I hope that we can, the idea of spreading that throughout the city, I hope that that is very much done because it's needed. And I don't think that we reinvent the wheel. I think we just make the wheel more stable, sturdy, and efficient. And I think that's what we continue to try to do, is to make something be that we don't have to. There's already things that are in place. If anything, we need to find ways to partner with what you're doing and expanding it and making a large umbrella. Well, our footprint in the community is one that's unerasable. So I just wanted to say thank you. Kudos to you. We're going to let you get by without saying that, counselor, because I always call anybody that's been a council member, you're still a counselor. So I just want to tell you thank you. Appreciate your service. Thank you, ladies, so much. Women's are birthers, and we are creators, and we're nurturers. So when men say we get on their nerves, that's okay. We birth them too. We nurture them too, and we just keep doing what we do well. Isn't that right, Mr. Patton? You're so kind. Thank you for bringing up this organization this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
You got it.
And I wanted to thank all of the counselors for having us to appear today, and thank you for that, Counselor Scales.
James Gilbert is part of this initiative too, and he's with the city, and very integral in this Day of Fitness. And also, James Gibbs, and he's very integral in this Day of Fitness. And this is the Jack and Jill National Day of Fitness. So there's chapters all over the United States that are doing the same kind of things. But I personally think that what's gonna happen here in Birmingham and in the 7th and the AG Gatson Boys and Girls Club with Jack and Jill's gonna be the best.
I did have a question. Is this like an extension of Let's Move that the First Lady is doing?
Absolutely.
It is? Okay, I think that's wonderful. Miss AG, I got my eye on you too. You're working with a loved one of mine, so take care of Zandra.
Oh, Sandra is loved one of mine too. We share her together.
I understand. We share the same blood for real.
Okay, thank you. And Jack and Jill nationally also have small grants. So if there's other initiatives like this in the different districts, then our chapter, she's our outgoing president. Can I say who our incoming president?
Yes, I'm the outgoing president, I'm Donna Lawson, and our incoming chapter president, newly elected, is Judge Naya Parson Hudson.
Oh,
And so we can go to national and get grants on behalf of Jack and Jill to service our community. And it'd be my pleasure to write it up.
I think your new chair will probably bring in some additional, I don't know if we call it grant dollars or charitable funds. So that's an excellent move. I get it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. My kids were Jack and Jillers, and you're absolutely right. It's only right for the mothers. The fathers just write the checks. Thank you. Quantity Carson is here to give us information on a special upcoming event that's going to be happening in Birmingham. Quantity, and I understand there's a video? Okay.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you to Mayor Bell's office and the City Council. I have with me John Colon, Director of Community Development, and Amber Courtney, and we wanted to let you know about two different things that's going on. One's to save the date for Cities United. Mayor and John Colon got together with the Casey Family Programs, as you know, and we're excited to announce that May 2nd through May 5th, they've added a first day to the program. May 2nd through May 5th, Cities United will be in Birmingham. We were successful in being awarded the conference. Mayors and their teams will be here at the Sheraton, and Mayor has reserved 9 spaces for each of the 9 spaces, 1 for each of the counselors. So if you're interested in attending, we have to register you today. So if you'll send me an email that you're interested in going to the Cities United Conference, because it is a closed event, we'll be more than happy to get you registered. We also want to let you know that that Cities United Conference is focusing on young African American men and boys. And at the end of Cities United, we are excited to announce that we will be focusing on young ladies on May 7th. And we have a video that will announce who our illustrious person is that's coming on May 7th.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Soledad O'Brien, and a big hello to Mayor William Bell and, of course, the Birmingham City Council. How are you all? A big thank you for letting me send a virtual message, because I can't join you in person today. Unfortunately, I'm on a set today, but I wanted to let you know about a very exciting opportunity that I'm working on with Mayor Bell and also Connie Carson and the Casey Family Programs. My foundation, Starfish Foundation, is focused on young women and education. And we do an all-day conference for young women. It's called the Powerful Summit. Now this year, we're bringing the summit to 7 cities, and Birmingham is one of those cities. Each summit has about 250 young women attend. We do workshops on college readiness, interning, mentorship, health, STEM, entrepreneurship. We populate the sessions with panelists that are local experts and who are, of course, leaders in the community. Powerful will be coming to Birmingham on May 7th. It's going to be held at the Sheraton, and we're very excited to bring our summit to your city, and also really hopeful in this opportunity to bring lots of information and this experience to young women in your area who really, in many ways, need support the most. Best of all, it's free. It's open to girls who are in high school and in college. The registration is done online, and if you have a young woman in mind who you think could benefit from this experience, we would love to have her join us. We're always looking for panelists to join our sessions, so if you'd like to volunteer to be a panelist or you have someone in mind, please feel free to reach out to me personally. My email address is soledad@starfishmediagroup.com. I'd like to thank Mayor Bell and, of course, his wife, Dr. Sharon Carson Bell, for all their help in expediting this. As you all know, they have been long-time supporters and advocates for education and young people. And of course, we're really excited to bring the summit to your city. A big thank you to the Casey Family Programs for inviting us to Birmingham and for being our partner in this amazing endeavor. Don't forget, email me with any questions or any information you might have. I answer my emails directly, and I hope to see you all on May 7th. Take care, everybody.
So we're excited, and we are opening registration up. I do have a flyer, and I have an electronic Eventbrite registration. It is on a first-come, first-served basis. The ages for the young ladies, they were a little more specific. Between the ages of 15 to 23, it is a free event. They ask that they dress in business casual. And if you have any questions, we'll be more than happy to answer them.
What is the date again?
Saturday, May 7th. It's from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
And that email address that she gave so fast that I wish she'd said
I
twice.
didn't write it down, but you can certainly, I can leave you the flyer, and it has the contact information at the bottom of it.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all, Mr. President. Thank you.
Do you have any reports for the mayor? I do. Councilor Scales?
Mr. Patton, on behalf of the mayor, we have a problem in the Stonehenge community that they have reported, and it is Stonecrest Drive and Almond Drive. Excuse me, they're requesting additional police patrol due to speeding. They're also asking for either a two-way stop sign or a traffic light with a surveillance camera. I don't think that probably the traffic sign, I know that Mr. Dawkins has looked into this issue because we do have speeding in that area. But definitely a two-way stop sign or whatever. I'm not going to make a decision for the mayor's office. I'm just asking. We have a tremendous problem with that because they're knocking down mailboxes and some other problems that we're having. So, again, I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Also, right across from Arthur Elementary School, which is the reason why I wanted to know from Dr. Gakutin, with the Birmingham City School System, what are they planning to do with all of this illegal dumping? Well, there is some illegal dumping that is right there off of Carson Road, and it's trash and debris from the schoolyard. It blows into the residents' backyard, and this is located in the 600 block of 15th Avenue Northwest. So they're asking for this to be cleaned up, or if the school board needs to be contacted by the city. We do need some code enforcement, obviously, because the property is still owned by the Birmingham City School System, and it's the former Robert C. Arthur Elementary School. So I want to bring that to your attention. I'm going to give it to you. Yes, sir. All right. And the other thing that I wanted to say, I know that Councilor Tyson, Chair of Public Improvements and Beautification, are working on getting some type of fine about these signs, but I can tell you along our main thoroughfare, until we can get a fine addressed or a fee addressed for these folk who want to advertise on the not just the city right away, but also on traffic and engineering stop signs and yield signs and any other sign. We need help keeping our main thoroughfares clean, and that means free of debris and trash. And that goes for Huffman Road. 5 Mile Road needs a lot of work. Carson Road, where we're having these sofas and things that people don't want inside of their home, but they're putting it on the side of the road and they're being left there for 2 to 3 weeks. We need some immediate help on that. So I just wanted to, again, bring that to your attention, and I look forward to seeing what our park bond projects are going to look like from the mayor's office as well, along with, I would like to get an update, Mr. President, on where we are with the 3 items that we submitted to the mayor. So, Mr. Deputy Mayor, if you can help us out with those top 3 projects that we've already submitted, where do we go from here so that we can hopefully move forward? Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilor
Thank you, President. On Cleburne Avenue and 15th Way Southwest, it's illegal dumping has been put right there in the alley. They put a no dumping sign, they dumped on the no dumping sign. Furniture, when I tell you, and you know it's someone that's cleaning out of rental houses, because it's from refrigerators to stoves to everything. The city comes and pick it up every 2 to 3 weeks, maybe sometime a month. And they have dug in there so deep to where it's like maybe a 4-foot hole in there, and it's full of water. And if you pass by there, mosquitoes and bugs or whatever that water draws attacks you. They just be all over you, and the water has a bad smell to it. So I want to see if I can get that filled. But I want to also, Mr. Patton, I have put a letter in asking that I can work with Julie Bernard, someone to help put a deeper fine or some more teeth to the ordinances that we have with this illegal dumping, and find some kind of way to find out actually who's actually doing it. They doing it all over the city. It's just not in one location. But I know it's not the residents that live there. When you have rental property, you're supposed to rent a dumpster to clean out your property. But they are tearing off bad wood off the house, making wood repairs, dumping it everywhere. And when the summer starts, when winter ends, people are painting all of this stuff to their houses, and they take it and dump it on the streets. And it's so bad now because everyone is actually trying to spritz up their houses. So from roofing all the way to, I seen the back part of a car. Someone have actually, I don't know what they did to get it off, but they actually put it on the corner. And someone had to bring it there and leave it. So these are the type of problems that we're actually having in this area. And it's just mattresses and furniture everywhere. So I would like to make sure I could get someone assigned to that to work with me on these, on changing these ordinances and putting more teeth in them. And also to try to get this whole field on Cleburne Avenue and 15th Way, in between Cleburne Avenue and that street right there. It's an alley right there. If I can get that field, thank you.
Move to suspend the rules first.
I have them.
Oh, Councilman Whitman.
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Patton. Is he still here? Okay. Yes. The Wisen West Princeton neighborhood is in desperate need of some police patrol. I had a call from one of the residents who said that those seniors over there, and it's most of the senior citizen neighborhood, are really afraid. They've been held at gunpoint. This one gentleman told me on yesterday, and they are scared to death. We really need, prostitution is one of the things that we have over in that area because of that hotel there on across from JB House of Fashion, and they are afraid. And some of these people have been in that community, I think 65 years or better, and they're still there, but they're being bullied, if you will, by transits and others in that community. So we really need a police presence there. It would be most helpful for our seniors. And so I was at the neighborhood meeting last Monday when it was raining like cats and dogs. And I'm glad I went because they're really afraid. They don't talk as much as, other folk talk because they're afraid they're going to be retaliated on. So I just need some attention over there. And whatever we doing with lights, if we can light it up a little bit better over there, I think that would help us out too. But these, it's an older community, and I think all of us know that. Also, in Bellevue Heights, there's some shooting that's taking place there around 47th, 43rd, 4th Street, and it's almost like a daily occurrence. I have this app called Nextdoor. Council, if you've not accessed it, it's a good tool, but you kind of get a sense of what people are going through. And so they put it on like a little dashboard. And so I've been communicating. I did it last week because somebody sent me a message from it. And I said, what is this app? And so I did. I logged on, but there are conversations, going around, and so it's a good way to get information out. But the shooting needs to stop over there. We had some problem around, I think, the New Year's with the shooting. It's just, it's like every other day. And we really, I know the shot spotters, you don't need to know where they are, but but we certainly need to know where we're putting them in neighborhoods, because they really need to be there. It's intimidating to kind of hear that, on a continuum. And also, if we could get the environmental police to kind of peruse our neighborhoods in District 8. It's a lot of houses still in disrepair. Where are we with the demolition of the homes and, the buildings and what have you in the neighborhood?
Mr. Bettis, I thought we were pretty much completed.
Yes, Council. The original list of houses and commercial properties that we have, about the 300, 340, we completed those. There were some that came back to the council for repair permits, so these are in the process of repair, but everything else that wasn't given a repair permit is demolished.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this, Mr. Patton. Now, we allowed to, I don't say allowed, but anyway, I want to send, the next time I see these houses, and some of these houses have been dilapidated for some quite time, for years and years, and I'm still seeing, and maybe they were missed by the planning permits, but we really want to get them addressed because they look like they've been up there for 20 or 30 years.
Yeah, Council, if you don't mind, just email it to us. I get emails from other councilors about that and residents, so if you just email me these addresses, we'll send someone out to take a look at them and post them for you.
Okay, very good. And that's all of my announcements. Thank you. Councilor Tyson?
It's some squatters in Montevallo Garden. The buildings have been condemned, and it's like they refuse to move. And I've been trying, I found them somewhere else to live if they would cooperate. I don't know whether I would feel bad if they just got thrown out on the streets, but we do have somewhere else for them to live at, but the city might need to put pressure on them. And I asked them, was they paying rent? They said they were, but the owners of the property has been notified that the property is condemned. But it's 2 units that they are doing this in. And I know it's gonna end up, they have even planted a garden out there. They so comfortable out there in Montevallo Gardens. And and I'm talking about all of those apartments are condemned. They're in bad shape, sewer backing up and everything out there. And I would like to see if we can get someone out there.
Move to suspend the rules for our speakers.
So moved.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
The first speaker.
Eve Philemon Hill, the second.
Good morning to everyone.
Morning.
My name is Irvin Philemon Hill II. Address is 909 Goldby Street Southwest, Birmingham, Alabama 35211. I'm just here briefly to give an update on the Magic City Diamond Classic. Before I give that update for this year's event, I'm going to briefly describe some timeline of events that happened with 2015's event. The mayor's office received the proposal for that event that was originally supposed to be held at Regents Field on February 6th. Then the mayor's office committed $25,000 for that event, which we did not receive until the day of the event. I was briefed this morning with an update stating that Rick Wood, the waiver for Rick Wood has been extended to us for this event. Cleanup has or will start, and police will be secured for the event. I'm here to say this morning that's not good enough. The last time I spoke, or when I spoke in February to this issue, there was a commitment of $60,000 for this event. I spoke, and then thereafter, me speaking and addressing the inefficiencies of this event from the mayor's office, $100,000 was committed for this event. But the officials related to the Magic Diamond Classic have yet to receive that funding that has been committed. There have been meetings with, within the last week or so with the mayor's office. He gave his commitment, but we have yet to receive any funding for this event, for this year's event. The details, if you don't understand it, baseball is not a revenue-generating sport, but this event was devised to help HBCUs. A portion of the monies go back to the university's athletic programs for participating in this event in Birmingham. And of those of you that are in the industry of sports and entertainment, you can't wait till 14 days before an event to receive funding to operate a successful event. This is unacceptable, and I know the city of Birmingham does not do business like this with everyone, because if you did, there would be no business conducted in the city. So I'm here to make an appeal to follow through on your word and your commitment. If you committed $100,000, I don't care if it was the mayor's office, I don't care if it's the city council, I don't care if it's both. Stay true to your word, because all you have at the end of the day is your word. And stop playing games. I'm not going to be intimidated by anybody from the mayor's office, from Jarvis Patton, or anybody else. I'm going to continue to do my job the best way I know to do it. And if you're bothered by the truth and transparency of the situation, then so be it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Councilor Scales?
I had two questions for you. I heard you say clearly about the $100,000. Who committed that to you, either verbally or in writing?
It was committed, I received word that the $100,000 committed from the mayor's office.
Okay, because you have folk who are tuning in to see the council meeting. And the one thing that I don't want to be misunderstood is that if the mayor's office committed that, I know as a council, I was unaware of that. I know that we've talked about some things relative to funds that could be done with it, but I know that there was no commitment. So I wanted to make sure that that was clear, that first of all, that came from the mayor, that didn't come from the council. And I am interested, you came before the council before, and originally this event was to be held at Regents Ballpark.
Yes, ma'am.
You are attempting to have it again at Regents Ballpark, and then you've been kicked back to Rickwood Field. What has been the explanation as to why this university could not utilize Regents Ballpark? I'm interested in knowing that.
Well, the point of clarity, after dealing with or going through what we went through on last year, it worked out that it made sense for us to go back to Rickwood. When I had my meeting with Regents Field officials on January 26th or 27th of this year, we were told last year that the mayor's office in Jarvis Patton had reached out to Regents Field to reserve the dates for last year's event. We found that to be misrepresentation of the truth. No one from the mayor's office actually had reached out to the office reached out to Regents Field to reserve the date, even though the baseball team Barons were not playing at Regents Field. So that is a situation we're dealing with outside of making sure that everything is taken care of this year. Also, in the meeting with the Regents Field officials and the Barron's Executive Committee, they told us that due to the structure of the contract at Regents Field, the priorities for Regents Field are as follows: the Barron's baseball schedule, UAB's baseball team, and everybody else. So I found that to be a little bit interesting when the citizens of Birmingham spent $64 million plus an additional 8.2 in construction debt, but the citizens have no way of managing or even hosting an event unless they fall into that category, and the third category below UAB baseball and Barron's baseball.
Well, Mr. Pro Tem, if you don't mind, may I have just one extra minute because I want to be respectful to the time?
All right. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Pro Tem. Well, let me just say this for the record where my concern is. When this council passed the $64 million to build Regents Ballpark, I didn't know as this one council member that I can hear the Barons, yes. Anything after the Barons, unless there's something going on that I don't know and need to be made aware of. I know that we do have the PACE Board who has yet to give us a report on what in the world is going on over there anyway. I didn't know that subsequent to that would be UAB and any other organization. I don't get that, but I'm gonna get it resolved in my mind because I don't want to continue to hear there was another instance dealing with the Classic and supposed to have had it over at Regents Ballpark, and then it went to a club. So I'm just saying all of that to say, if there's any kind of discriminatory acts that are being done over at Regents Ballpark for any reason, and tax dollars have gone to it because the ultimate color is green, then I'm gonna have an issue with that. And regardless to whether the PACE Board corrected or the council don't do anything about it, I'm gonna continue to talk about that because that's not right. And I want to get an understanding of that. So thank you, Ms. Pro Tem.
Counselor, thank you. Counselor Hoyt?
Yeah, well, I don't doubt what you present is something good for this city, but I do think that one's approach might need to be a little different. And I think all of us want you to be successful, but sometimes we have to change our tone, and that doesn't make you less than a person. It just says that you need to strategize, and I know you're a very educated man, but I do believe that if there are commitments that are made, we need to keep them. But by that same token, sometimes you need an advocate. And so this falls really under economic development, and maybe economic development can advocate for you and for this event because the institutions that you have mentioned are really are great institutions, and that we benefit from them already with the Magic City Classic. And so it just seems to me that there's an opportunity for us to create another partnership with baseball. And as I understand it, talking with my colleague, that we were promised some days for events outside of the Barron's schedule, and I don't understand why this doesn't reach that height or that the criteria of that. And I can say, with the exception of Miles, and D.O. Miles, that's my institution, but it's in Fairfield, and then they outsiders, they coming in, and so why wouldn't we want to make some provisions for Alabama A&M and Alabama State to come and play? These are big institutions. But I do think, and Rick Woodfield, because it's in my district now, I think that's a great place too, because then people can walk to the park and experience that. So I think it's a benefit all the way around if we can just get past the personalities I think we need to, we don't need to keep hashing on what happened in the past. I think we want to move forward, and we want to, forget about that. Well, I don't want you to forget about it, because whatever you experience, you're going to remember it. But I think that we can overcome it. I really do. And I just want to see a different approach. And if I can help in any way, and Council Lundy is over economic development, we can help in any way. We need to do that. We both products of Alabama A&M. He went to undergrad, I went to grad school there. So, and then Council Roberson, that's our sportsman. Look like you can help broker some of this, Mr. Pro Tem. That's part of your leadership. And so hopefully you can get with these gentlemen and try to figure out something. And I'm almost sure Mr. Patton is going to be amenable. He always seemed to rise above conflict and adversity. And so, Mr. Patton, can we help in this instance?
I would have several questions, and we simply need to meet and discuss it.
Okay. Well, can I ask this? Will Mr. Pro Tem Rosen, would you facilitate that?
I'd be more than happy to do so, Councilor Hoyt.
Very good. Okay.
And actually, Mr. Hill and I have had some discussions already.
Okay,
So,
excellent. That's
so
great.
look forward to it.
Yeah, because I wanted, I'm not a big baseball fan, but, I do like to go every once in a while and get me a hot dog. They got the best hot dogs in the world. And so I was there for miles, but at the end, the game was over when I got there. But I tried to get there. But no, I think this is wonderful. And I did get the hot dog, and I appreciate it. Yeah, and so, but I just think we need to get past personality, and just listen, because it's bigger than you.
Right.
Okay? It's bigger than Mr. Patton, bigger than anything that's happened in the past. Because what we're trying to do is to expose as many young folk to baseball, because then you can play baseball till you're 55 years old.
Guaranteed contracts.
Providing that you look like me, and as healthy as me. But anyway, so, but you can play. Thank you, Mr. Pro Tem.
Thank you, Councilor Hoyt. And they serve the best Polish sausage and hot dogs at Rickwood Field. So, Mr. Hill will be with you convened shortly. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your recommendations, Council.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next speaker.
Willie Jenkins.
Please state your name and address for the record. You have 3 minutes.
Jenkins, 8124 Avenue North, East Lake. Okay. To honor the mayor, answer the mayor, and I would like the city council to know that men of praise, we will be at Evergreen Baptist Church this coming Sunday at 11 o'clock. Also, we'll be at Mount Zion Community at 3 p.m. And also, Mr. Parker, I have some letters for the council. Some dude, Darrell Well from Oak Street, our church, he had his anniversary, got a couple letters for Mr. Dude. And I would like to announce that we getting ready for the Carver High School reunion. We'll let y'all know where it's gonna be. The Carver High School reunion is gonna be. And also Terry Gooden, he was a security guard at Christian Valley Baptist Church. Mr. Parker, they had his funeral at Christian Valley last Saturday. It was at Christian Valley Baptist Church. And also, alumni plan on going bowling over at the best state this coming Saturday, 1 to 3, the Carver High School alumni going bowling for the, we do that for the scholarship. And also, I'd like to say, graduation to Leon Jenkins, my nephew, finna graduate from Carver. They had their plum at the Harvest Center, and they had a wonderful time. And God continue to bless him. He said he's going to Miles College. He's gonna finish education, and I guess he's gonna continue playing football. But I'm proud of Leon. All my sister Linda Jenkins, to my whole family, Wes. And I just want to say we graduating Leon. Finna graduate coming up in Carver High School pretty soon. And I'd like to say that City Council will allow all y'all to come on out to and also Men's Day, 4 Sunday May, we're going to have breakfast. I want to invite you, Mr. Parker, to the breakfast. We're going to have Men's Day breakfast 4 Sunday morning at Oak Street Baptist Church. And Walter Billings, we still sing with us, Mr. Yeah, he could go. I'm telling you, we gonna get down. You get a chance to come on by there to Mount Zion at 3:00. Come on by. Walter Benton gonna sing a solo.
All right, that's
And
what
I
I'm
want to
talking
the-
about now. You know you're going to get me if you let me sing a solo now.
Yeah, yeah, Walter Benton, the whole group gonna sing. And I would like to invite you to Mount Zion. Dennis Brock is the pastor. Dennis Brock is the pastor of Mount Zion Community. And Evergreen, we go to Evergreen. Thomas, Reverend Thomas, Winter Thomas, he the pastor of Evergreen. We'll be there at 11 o'clock this coming Sunday. Also, Mr. Parker, we're going to be on the radio on WJLD, Oak Street, and the mail court. You know, Mr. White, Ruby White, and Ben Cole and all us in the mail court. We're going to be singing at Oak Street that Sunday night at 7 p.m. And we'll have to turn your radio. You can't make it, turn your radio up and come on out to the, at the, what you call, and my prayers go out to Mel Shop from Cottesville, Mr. Park. He the district Cottesville. He passed away. Everybody know the Shop family, Rosita Shop, them shop around in Cottesville. And he was measured to me. I used to go by and see, you go to Antioch Church. He been around a long time, but I went around the other day and they told me, said he had passed. And my prayers go out to the Melvins, the Shop family, Rosita Shop, still on that next street roundabout by Christian Valley. And I just want to say my prayers go out to Rosita Shop, and God bless you. And I have something to give you, Mr. Park, a little token for me. There you go.
Thank you, Mr. Jenkins. Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Sergio Williams,
He's not here? Okay, thank you.
Cedric Hatcher.
Please state your name and address for the record. You have 3 minutes.
My name is Cedric Hatcher. I reside at 2300 Fifth Avenue North. Oh, Lord, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. Don't let me wound one heart in here today or cause one foot to go astray. And I'll be mindful to give you all the glory, honor, and praise. And we do it in Jesus' name by saying amen. Hey, young man, did you get them pictures out? He gone. Y'all get some photos in your hand? You know, that's an old slogan. First, let me say, this topic this morning have nothing to do with black or white. It's simply wrong or right. Nothing to do with black or white. It's just simply wrong or right. If you go through those photos, you know that's an old saying, a picture says 1,000 words. On that first photo, you see Lyric Theater lit up, grand opening, reopening of Lyric Theater, 2016. That's a 2016 picture. Just follow along with me. I ain't gonna tarry long. That next picture, that's 1949. Lyric Theater. Lit up, man. Look at all the traffic going on. You know, you kind of see all the people that's in front of it. Some of them don't look nothing like me. But that was 1949. Lyric Theater. Let's keep on going, y'all. Look at Carver Theater. 1929. That's 49, Carver Theater. Lyric 29. Look at Carver Theater. You don't see too many lights back then, do you, in front of Carver Theater? You know what I mean? No lighting or nothing, but you still see a lot of people out there. Busloads of folks. Historical place, Carver Theater. Now this last picture, y'all, this is really what we want to tune in on, because this Carver Theater again. Carver Theater again. Now this is 2016, Carver Theater. Look at all these young people here, man. Future stars, you know what I mean? Entertainers, man. Poet writers, celebrities, our future generation. With all these instruments in front of them, guitars and horns and so forth, man. Even got a young lady, white young lady right here. I mean, smart, intelligent young kid. Look at this building they standing in front of. A big old piece of plywood on the one. Help me, Holy Ghost. A plywood on the one, y'all know why? Because this building been like that for 4 months. Well, somebody ran into it with a car. That plywood ain't been replaced yet. 4 months. It's a disgrace. It's despicable. Pick that building up and take it around on 2nd Avenue and 3rd Avenue and see how long it stay looking like that. About 5 minutes at the most, because it's been tore down. Take my son and Temple around the corner. Take it around there where the Lyrics at and see how long my son and Temple stand on that corner. It's been tore down. Matter of fact, let's talk about my son and Temple for a minute. You know what they doing in there now? The homeless people sleeping in there. Breaking in there. Sleeping in there. You know what I mean? Sooner or later when it get cold, somebody gonna light a fire now. It's gonna be burnt to the ground. Historical building, y'all. Burnt to the ground all the way from a Sunny Temple down to your dad's building down there where John had that building there. It's a disgrace. No lighting going on. I heard somebody tell me a few minutes ago, brother said they blow the lights out or whatever. You know what I mean? I understand some of that going on too. We tear stuff up and all that kind of stuff. But this is a shame, y'all. This is a shame that's going on in Birmingham. I understand some of the organizations downtown, they gonna come up here and voice their opinion. Like, you know, some of the people ain't gonna call no name. You know why they ain't gonna come up here? Because y'all funding them. Y'all ain't funding Brossaid, just a little seed y'all sold me every now and then. But the city ain't funding me nothing. And I'm a citizen and I'm an activist in the city. I've been standing on this corner now about, 6 months now, on 4th Avenue doing that evangelism down there. And looking down that street, I said, this is sad. A little bit farther, go down to Green Acres in the barber shop.
Brother,
Look
your
on top of
time
them
is up.
ornaments up there, how filthy nasty they is.
Your time is up.
Filthy and nasty they is, y'all. Now remember this here, my last statement. The Lord said, I didn't say this here. He said, when I bring you out, don't forget. I'm in Deuteronomy 5 and verse 15. 8 and 18 said, I gave you power to get wealth. I gave you, Bobby, you be quiet, get out here, you don't know how to speak English. I gave you power to get wealth.
Brother said, your time.
He said, don't forget that. Don't forget that. That's my friend Bobby, y'all. That's my friend right there. Y'all, let's do something about
your time,
Carver Theater, man, and 4th Avenue, y'all. Let's put it in drive and not in park. We got to do something, y'all.
Next
3
speaker.
minutes up. Ain't that sad that other boy sitting and stood up in 9?
That was about 4.5 minutes. Next speaker. Thank you, Brother said. Council Scales.
Well, Bruce said you don't have to come back up, but I will say this. I'm in agreement with you. I talked to my dad about 4th Avenue, as a matter of fact, on yesterday. The mayor said 2 weeks ago, and I gathered what Mr. Hill was saying. I also gathered what my colleague said about your approach. I just believe we're in that hour where we got to take people at their word. And at one time, you didn't have to ink everything you said, because if it came out of a person's mouth, their word was their bond. I am looking forward to the day where the 4th Avenue North, and for those of you all who are listening to me, is not your council member that can clean it up. The council passes the money, and it's up to the administration to get it done. I am looking forward to the day where Carver Theater and everything else, but then 4th Avenue North is cleaned up and is getting the same attention, and as Councilor Hort would say, perpetual care that everyone else does. And believe me, they bust the lights out down there at Railroad Park. It's just how often you fix it is the difference. Thank you, Mr. President.
Next speaker.
Mildred Bennett.
Ms. Bennett. Okay. All right. That concludes our speakers. Councilor Tyson, old and new business.
Thank you, President. Tuesday, April the 25th, Woodland Park will be meeting at the West Center Street School. PIC meeting will be Tuesday, May the 10th at 2 p.m. in Conference Room A. That ends my announcement.
Councilor Hoyt.
Thank you, President. The Green Acres Neighborhood Association meets on Tuesday, April the 19th at 6:30 at Lifton Christ Worship Center. Inslee McAlpine Neighborhood Association meets at Alpine, this Thursday, April the 21st, at the McAlpine Recreational Center at 6 o'clock. The next Public Safety Committee meeting will be May the 2nd, and that'll be 4:30 in these council chamber room here on 3rd floor. And I wanted to wish a happy birthday to my lovely wife, soon to be of 26 years, come May the 5th. But her birthday is April the 21st. And so I want to, keep a happy wife. And so she's turning, this is her last hurrah in the 40s. So next year, she'll be a little bit more mature, I suspect. I think they don't want to call them numbers after 50, I think. But she's still there. She's still in her 40s. And I'm so proud of her. And she has done an excellent job of keeping me straight, raising a beautiful daughter. And so I'm very grateful. And she's not like me. She's not a bragger or none of that. But I am proud of her. She's in law school and an honor student. So that's pretty good. And so I'm always grateful for the things that she's accomplished. So that's all I have for today.
Thank you, Mr. President. The joint meeting of the Birmingham City Council and the Board of Education is May 19th at 6:30 p.m. We're still waiting on the location, but the superintendent is working on that. So I hope everybody's got this on their calendar. If we haven't sent you a calendar invitation in Outlook, we'll be sending it today to make sure that May 19th is on everyone's calendar. That's a Thursday, 6:30 p.m. This week's events: tonight there is a reception honoring Judge Ralph Cook at the Museum of Art for his service for the past 8 years leading the group there. On Thursday, I'll be reading at the 7th Annual Birmingham Reads. I'll be at Glen Iris Elementary School, where I went to school, so that'll be fun. UAB's 11th Annual Health Disparities Research Symposium is that same day. That's this Thursday at 5:30 p.m. On Saturday, Alabama's longest-running Earth Day celebration will be on Saturday, April 23rd from 11 to 4 at the Botanical Gardens. This Sunday, there is the second Springtime Symphony at Avondale Park at the amphitheater. It's free, and it will be at 3 p.m. in the afternoon this Sunday. And that amphitheater at Avondale Park, even though it's been there for 100 years, it's a great place to listen to a concert. Beautiful setting. This past Saturday, I visited Glen Iris Elementary School to help with the school garden cleanup prior to school. That school garden is better than any garden I've ever had, even when I had a lot of time. So they've got all kinds of things growing over there, and a good group of students helping make it beautiful. The council's going to hold its first nighttime council meeting in over a decade, and it's going to be on Tuesday, April 26th at Avondale Elementary School, located at 4000 8th Court South. The pre-council meeting will begin at 5:30 p.m. and the actual council meeting will begin at 6. So this is the time for all the people who've complained all these years about us having daytime council meetings to come out. Now, we'll be doing this quarterly in different parts of the city, so if Avondale Elementary is too far for you to drive, then you can just wait to hear about the ones in other districts. But this is a big deal, and I hope that people will come out to the meeting. This coming Monday, 5 Point South Neighborhood Meeting is at 6 o'clock at the Southside Library. At 6:30, Crestwood South is at Community Education South. And on Tuesday, Redmont Park meets. So this is next week. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Council Lundy?
Thank you, leadership. I really appreciate you allowing District 9 to have a say. Please keep Mr. Joe Black and his family in your prayers as he lost his daughter, Inga Black Conwell, on this past Wednesday. Her funeral arrangements are as follows. Family hour will be Thursday, April 21st, from 6 to 7 at Smith and Gaston Southside Chapel. That's at 102 6th Avenue Southwest. And the funeral services will be this Friday, the 22nd at 12 noon at the Guiding Light Church, 1800 John Rogers Drive. So if you would, many of you have worked with Joe Black. He's a part of the United Fellowship Breakfast, part of NAACP, extremely active at Jackson Olin High School, still goes up there every day as a volunteer. Inga was a member of the class of '83 and really was instrumental in the Western Jackson Olin alumni with their grand reunions. So she will definitely, surely be missed. Yeah, I'd like to do a resolution of sympathy on her behalf. Move the item.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Now move the resolution.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you, colleagues. That concludes my announcements.
Council Parker?
Thank you, Mr. President. A couple of brief announcements. The Park Board will be meeting tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And then on Thursday, there will be a series of meetings where the Park Board will have a work session. And then followed by that, the Parks Council Committee will be meeting at 11:30. And in preparation for the vote next Tuesday on the Phase 2 of the Park Bond Fund. So anyway, just wanted to kind of bring that. I want to thank everyone for the tour that from last Friday and on Monday. On yesterday, I want to thank everyone's participation and their staff. So anyway, so that's all. Thank you.
Council Scales?
Thank you, Mr. President. As always, I want to thank the citizens of District 1 as well as the city of Birmingham for affording me the opportunity to be their voice. There is a neighborhood meeting tonight, and that is Sun Valley, and they meet at the East Pinson Valley Recreation Center. Want to say kudos to the Lynx, Tri-City Lynx. As a matter of fact, they held a program that they do annually at Huffman High School, so I was there Saturday morning for that. And then I want to say congratulations always to my students at Huffman. They had a banquet, a band banquet that night. And so I want to say congratulations to my students in that regard as well. I was there for that too. I do look forward to some other things that we'll be telling everyone about in regard to some of the upcoming events that's being held with District 1 schools. But I do want to say, Mr. President, there was a question that was on social media, said, well, why in the world are they having council meeting at night? And I thought to myself, I said, well, I thought that we were providing an answer. When you think, Councilor Abbott, since people have been asking, can we have a night council meeting? Well, here's your opportunity. And all you got to do is take note. If you can't make it to Avondale April 26th, which is next Tuesday, we won't be here Tuesday morning, but we certainly are going out to the public, and we've heard what you had to say. And just like with the budget last year, we did a tour, we heard what you had to say, and we governed ourselves accordingly. And now we're beginning to do the same thing as it relates to council meetings in the evenings. That's probably something we couldn't do all the time, but we can make a conscious effort, and I know that the council president in this council desires to do that. So I look forward to meeting everyone on next week, the 26th, 6 o'clock, 5:30. Is pre-council, 5 o'clock if you want to talk, you have that opportunity. But they're also going to go out into various parts of the city, and I'm very, very excited that we are meeting the needs of our citizenry. The last thing that I will say, just for public consumption, that House Bill 399 has gone to the Senate. That's dealing with the waterworks. A lot of folk have asked, well, Councilor Scales, how is it that we can participate and be involved in that process? Then you need to call your legislator. I am telling everyone, if you don't know who your legislator is, jot down this number very quickly, and I won't say it too fast, since Councilor Abbott said that earlier today. When you talk too fast, sometimes you don't get it. So the number to the Jefferson County Board of Registrars is 325-5550. 325-5550. You give them your address and your name, and they will tell you who your senator is, your legislator is, and provide you with their contact information. I am absolutely asking everyone to do that. One other thing, Mr. President, I do want to say how much I appreciate the leadership of the council, the leadership of even my colleagues in your own right. We had a wonderful time on yesterday. I thought it gave us a time to regroup, refresh, and just renew our commitment to one another. So, again, I want to thank the central staff for the work that you do. And Chaz thought he was doing a little smooth one on me last night. It just made me say I'm going to go and practice my tutelage. But, Mr. President, I do thank you for your leadership. Thank you, everyone, for having a willingness and desire, even though we can disagree. There's a way to disagree. And just because we may not approve 3 items, which are down to 2, doesn't mean that the progress of the city has been hindered, because we're still moving forward. And I join with you, Mr. Hoyt, when you said that I've never seen so many cranes going up downtown. And we just want to see cranes going in all 99 neighborhoods, that's all. So with that having said, thank you, Mr. President, for allowing me to speak.
Councilor Tyson?
I wanted to add to my announcements, we're gonna try to do activities once a week with the, city council. You will get a calendar of events, cause I know it was the last minute yesterday when we decided, to actually offer that. We're gonna try to do it once a week. We're gonna look over everyone's calendar to make sure they don't have a neighborhood or a committee meeting. And we're gonna try to do it for a month, and we will change activities up every month. Even, we're gonna also do a little scavenger hunt shed-in. We're gonna do race car driving, paintball hunting, and all that. It's a whole, yes, mountain climbing, it's a lot of little activities that I think we can do that will actually can bring us closer together. So you will get, the calendar will be 2 months at a time, so that'll give you a chance to make arrangements with your families, and everyone can participate. Thank you.
That's it.
Let's go swimming at the crossplex.
Yeah,
All
Mr.
right.
President?
Go ahead, Councilman Boyd.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, I enjoyed last night, and I felt all of it this morning. But it's a great exercise. It's good, good movement, and I really, it was last minute, but I do a whole lot of stuff at the last minute, so why not go out and have some fun? And we were just, it was just good, and of course, I got better every time. And then Council London just showed just plumb out. I thought Chaz, being 20 years younger than him, that he would,
They ain't that much
he
younger.
got a role now. He got a good role, but sometimes Moses does what he needs to do, and so I thought it was Joshua against Moses, and so we had a good time. We whooped y'all, but y'all got us last. But anyway, I did do 129, and so I was real proud of that. But Council London helped me to step up my game, hitting all them strikes and stuff. So I'm telling you, it was really great. We had a good time, and I like it. I want to do it again. Yeah, it was great.
All right. Councilor Scales?
I'm sorry, and one other thing, Mr. President. I wanted to say thank you, a special thank you to our commissioner and colleague on the council, Mr. William Parker, for coordinating such a wonderful tour. We had such a spirited talk while we were out there as well, and so all I can tell you,
You just love on him.
yes, Lordy, and when y'all see how you doing. So now, with that having said, if you tuned in, we're gonna see how that flesh out, because the needs of 3 parks in District 1 was.
Howard, Tom Bradford, and Grayson.
Okay, and so I want y'all to know, folks, in District 1, that the man is loved on us, and he said that he's gonna perform, and so I look forward to the meeting on Thursday. Y'all wanna join me? Come on now. It's at the park board at 10 o'clock. Then he got a wonderful meeting at 11:30 with his committee, and it's gonna be on the agenda the following week. And so I just wanted to make sure that I told everybody that Councilor Hoyt, we needed some attention. And Mr. Parker, he was so eloquent in his delivery sometime, barraging my words, but nevertheless, he's hugged me today, and so citizens of District 1, look out, and all of the other council members, that your parks will receive some attention within the $10 million budget. Thank you, Mr. Parker. I know you're gonna respond, so thank you. You're so kind. Bless your heart.
Got anything? All right, I'll do my announcement. Central City Neighborhood meets Tuesday the 19th from 6 to 7 at the Central City Library, Richard Arrington Jr. Auditorium. Graymont meets Wednesday, April 20th from 4:30 to 5:30 at the Birmingham Public Library. Southside meets Thursday the 21st of April from 6 to 7 at the Exchange Club Family Skills Center. Druid Hills meets Monday the 25th from 6:30 to 7:30 at St. James Missionary Baptist Church. and Crestwood North meets Monday, the 25th, from 6:30 to 7:30 at Girls Inc. We will be having a meeting, council meeting, at Avondale Elementary on next Tuesday, the 26th, and just remind the public that you can go to the City Council's website to access a link to a live stream that will start at 5 o'clock, and it will be running through the duration of the council meeting. But just go to the City Council's website and access that link. You should be able to watch this stream via Periscope, Ustream, and I'm sure some people will be doing Facebook Live and all of that. So there will be many ways for you to see what's going on at the council meeting on next week. I want to thank Officer Lewis and Officer Morris for providing our security this morning. Mr. Pro Tem.
I didn't do my announcements.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Go ahead. You can close us out.
Real quick. Thank you, Mr. President. Did you all see the pictures on L.com of the different prom?
Yeah.
I thought that was great with Parker and Carver and Huffman and the different outfits that the young people are wearing. Some of them looked older than me, but but it was very nice. I thought that was a good touch to see the young people enjoying their proms. And you provided dresses, Council Tyson? Great job. They look very nice. So I thought that was great, and I enjoyed seeing the young people enjoying themselves at prom. National Baptist Congress press conference was last week with the mayor, and Councilor Lundy and myself attended that, and it was very good to see Pastor Wesley and all the pastors that were involved. Looking forward to that conference June the 12th through the 17th, coming to the great city of Birmingham. Save Our Sons golf tournament went very well on yesterday, and the youth clinic on Sunday. Just want to thank Carnell Howell, Thomas Howell, and all the young men that are involved with the Save Our Sons and GPS Educational Services for their support. We'll be presenting to you on Wednesday, the Barker Rec Board, regarding the Little Free Libraries for locations throughout parks in the city of Birmingham. Jack and Jill was recognized earlier. Looking forward to that event on Friday, the 22nd. And we have Utilities Committee meeting today at 2 o'clock in Conference Room D&E. And I will not announce the neighborhood meetings because it might take a little long. So that being said, I do appreciate it, and we'll move forward accordingly. Thank you.
All right. We have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
This meeting is adjourned.
I'll try to.
What you got on, Joe?